Horizon Zero Dawn and Cockchairs are the greatest duo since SpongeBob and Patrick. Welcome everybody to a new video. It is I, Ghost Guy with one eye. And this morning I found an interesting news that Horizon Zero Dawn has an MMO in development. They're gonna give it another shot. And before you get too excited, it's a mobile first MMO developed by NCSoft. Yeah, nothing screams dead on arrival more than NCSoft in mobile games. It will be on phone and also come to the PC. Funny enough, it's not coming to consoles. Yep, I'm very sorry for your PlayStation fans. Your franchise, your IP gets a new game and it's not even on your console. Not a good look. I don't even know why Sony still tries to make this IP happen. I really don't get it. The first game sold pretty well, despite being, fucked over by Breath of the Wild. That came out like, I think 2 or 3 days later. It still sold like 20 million copies as of 2021. But those are combined PS4 and PC sales. But 20 million, still pretty good. However, the second game that came out a week before Elden Ring, unlucky again. It only sold 8.4 million copies, which is not even half of what the first game sold. So that is already a massive downward trend. Also, for the first game, they made like a big post, a PlayStation blog about, oh, we are so proud, blah, 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 look at this, 20 million copies, thanks players, blah, blah, blah. For the second game, they didn't do that anymore. They hid that in another, it was also the PlayStation blog, but they hid it. I will put it up on screen here. Total Horizon franchise sales, 32.7 million. And inside that text, it is there, 8.4 million units sold. So they tried to hide the fact that the second game didn't even sell half of what the first game sold. The franchise already is struggling at that point. Also, there's this very funny comment I found on Reddit. No, you gotta be kidding. If you really think Sony is worried about Elden Ring, the only people hyped and buying Elden Ring is Souls fans. Yeah, aged like milk, I would say. So, and to top that off, there was the Horizon remake. If you can believe that, the game really got a remake. It's not doing too hot. If I show you the numbers here, 2,538 all-time peak, not really good. Estimate 400,000 sales on PC. I don't know how the PlayStation numbers look. I would assume similar. That's the problem, like these PS4 games, or like even The Last of Us on PS3, they get remakes all the time, but they don't really need any. These games don't need remakes, they still hold up pretty well. Like the first game, it still looks good. Also, by the way, the first game on PC, on Steam, has more players than the remake. Because these games still look good. I don't know, why isn't Sony remaking or like porting, releasing like the Ratchet & Clank trilogy, Jack and Dexter trilogy, Sly Cooper trilogy. They have so many games there, they're Ape Escape games. There's so many fun games on the PlayStation that they could just port, because people probably either never played them, or they want to relive or like replay the old games, which is pretty hard. You need a PS2 or PS3. They never even made it to PS4, which is just sad. Also, personal favorite I would want to see, Infamous. Probably one of the greatest PlayStation 3 game out there, and it just doesn't get any love anymore. They just abandoned Infamous. It has such a, it was so cool. It was so much fun to play. Man, I beat that game like 12 times or something. Anyways, I'm getting distracted here in memory lane. I can show you another Horizon game. What? Another one? Yes, there's another Horizon game. Probably you didn't even know that. Nobody knows, by the way, because look at this. Lego Horizon Adventures. Yep, it's looking grim. That game barely sold anything. Sony really thinks that the Horizon name has a lot of weight behind it. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Every time a game comes out, it gets overshadowed immediately. It is, be it Elden Ring, be it Breath of the Wild, this game doesn't even need anything to overshadow because at this point nobody cares. I think the second game did a lot of damage, partly because all the memes that made fun of it And the other reason is that Elden Ring just completely wiped it off everybody's memory. I know that a lot of like streamer and YouTuber, that's also something the Reddit always talks about how unfair it was that Elden Ring came out. Because all the people who played Forbidden West, they stopped playing it to play Elden Ring. And that is like the best way, the best advertisement to get Elden Ring. Because if everybody drops your game to play the new game, your game isn't really that good or interesting. I can tell you if it's good or not. I haven't played it. I played like 1 hour of the first game and got bored. I didn't even saw a dinosaur. Unlucky. Maybe I would. No, I will not play it. I can't even make a joke about that. I will not play it. I don't like story games that much. And story open world games are by kryptonite. It's like the worst combination of things. About the MMO itself, I watched the trailer. It looks like just another Unreal Engine phone game. It's also ripping off some of Monster Hunter movesets. I saw some attacks. I will put on a clip here of what I saw. This is pretty much the Monster Hunter Wilds Greatsword offset attack into a true charge slash. Watch. I will tell you when it's happening. Here, now. Look, offset attack, and now. Over shoulder, second slide. 1-to-1. It is just the fucking Monster Hunter Wilds attack. So for me personally, I just cannot get into the setting at all. You have like these people with like fur coats and like, you know, prehistoric armor and bows, and they fight robots and shit. Like, ugh. I already don't like sci-fi, so this is like an open world phone game, MMO sci-fi game. That is an easy skip for me. Maybe I will play it on stream to see if it really is, if it's actually any good, because I do love MMOs. I do play a lot of World of Warcraft Classic, not retail anymore. I completely gave up on that one, so I'm just playing, well, I just play Classic, whatever. And Final Fantasy 14, but I also don't really play that anymore since Dawn Trial, because that expansion really killed any excitement I had for FF14. Yeah, so maybe I will give it a shot so I can make a video about it. What if... Okay, hear me out. Every time a Horizon game comes out, a massive game releases like a week later. Like a genre-defining game releases a week or a couple days later. What if we get the greatest MMO ever a week after that releases? What if we get Classic Plus? What if the Riot just comes out and is like, guys, we lied. We told you that the game is, that we scrapped everything from the League of Legends MMO. It was a joke. Ghostcrawler never left. Here's the game. You can play it right now. And it's like the greatest thing ever made, and everybody's like locked in. Cope. But yeah, maybe. It happened twice before. Did anything good release around Lego Horizon? I would have to check that. When did that come out? 14th November 2024. Games. November games 2024. What came out? Path of Exile 2. Hey, maybe I'm hyped for that MMO now. Maybe I'm actually excited. Who knows what we'll release together with it. It's gonna be amazing. Alright, let me know what you think about that. Do you trust NCSoft with anything at all? You know, everybody who ever played like Lineage 2, or like any of these games like Lineage, Guild Wars. I guess Guild Wars is pretty decent, but it's just not popular, really. It has like its fan base, but it doesn't really grow. It doesn't really reach anything outside of that. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this game. If you're gonna try it, are you playing it on phone or PC? Are you sad that it's not coming to the console? Do you trust NCSoft? Because I don't. I really don't. I played Ion back in the days, and it has like that monetization where if you want to upgrade your items, you need to buy some scrolls, or a failed upgrade will break your weapon and it's destroyed and you have to get a new one. It's like the worst kind. It's like monetizing the progression. That's like the worst thing you can do. Last thing I played from NCSoft was Throne at Liberty. That game was a fucking snorefest. My god, it was so boring. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have high hopes for that one. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!